This story was inspired by a Reddit post. The night before my sister's birthday, my brother-in-law took her out for dinner and drinks to celebrate. My sister had been looking forward to this for weeks, so she got all dolled up. They got back home from their evening out. My sister went straight to bed. The next morning, she got ready for work and walked out of the bedroom to see this little gray kitten sitting on her pillow, staring at her with big yellow eyes. It was so cute that she stopped to pet it. Soon as she touched it, though, it hissed and scratched her. She screamed and pulled her hand back. "Where did you come from?" she asked out loud, but there was no reply. She figured it was a stray that must have snuck in through an open window or something, so she went to work. When she got back that evening, the cat was still there. She tried to scare it away, but it just kept coming back. Then she started to get creeped out. There was something about the cat's eyes that was unnerving. They seemed to glow yellow in the dark. And the way it stared at her made her skin crawl. My sister told my brother-in-law about the cat, but he just laughed. "Ah, you're just being paranoid," he said. "It's probably just a stray. Just ignore it, and it'll go away." So she did. But the cat stayed. Every time my sister came home, it was there waiting for her. At first, it was only when she entered the front door, but then it started following her into her bedroom. Sometimes, it would even jump onto her bed and stare at her while she slept. She tried everything to get rid of the thing. She put out food and water in a litter box, hoping it would stay outside instead. But no matter what she did, the cat kept coming after her. Then one day, she noticed something strange. The cat only seemed to appear when she was alone. Whenever my brother-in-law came home, it would vanish. He could be gone for 10 minutes or an hour, but the cat never showed up until he left again. One night, my sister woke up from a nightmare and turned on the light. The cat was sitting on her chest, staring at her with those glowing eyes. She screamed and threw it off the bed. It landed on the floor and promptly vanished. Now, my sister was terrified. She couldn't take it anymore. She packed a bag and drove down south. For hours, she didn't stop driving until she reached a town where she knew there were animal rescue shelters. When she got to the first one, they were full and couldn't take any more animals. The second one didn't even have cages. All they had were some old dog houses outside. But when my sister opened the door to one of them, there was a cat sitting inside. It looked up at her with those same glowing yellow eyes. She slammed the door and backed away. She called out, "Help me, please," but nobody answered. Ran to her car and drove away as fast as she could. The entire drive back home, she kept glancing over her shoulder, expecting to see the cat slinking along beside her car or leaping onto the hood. But when she finally got home, she breathed a sigh of relief. The house was dark, so she let herself in and went to the bathroom to wash her face. As she splashed water on her face, she heard a soft thud on the roof. She looked out the window, but it was too dark to see anything. Then she heard it again. Something was definitely up there. She ran to her bedroom to grab her phone and flashlight and returned to the bathroom window. She shone the beam of light outside. She saw the most grotesque sight. On her roof was the gray cat from her nightmares, but it wasn't small and cute like it had been before. Instead, it was huge. Its fur was matted and dirty, and its eyes seemed to glow with an otherworldly light. It let out a low growl, and she screamed. Then the creature leapt from the roof and landed gracefully on the ground below. My sister watched in horror as it padded silently across the lawn. Then it turned and looked back at her. Its eyes seemed to bore into her skull, and she felt a jolt of fear shoot through her. Then it spoke. Its voice was a raspy whisper that seemed to come from the grave. "You can't hide from me forever," it hissed. "I will always find you." Why, and with that, it vanished into the darkness. My sister screamed for my brother-in-law, but he didn't answer. She ran to his side of the bed and found his phone. It was dead. Suddenly, she remembered his words from earlier that week when he'd come home and found the cat on her pillow. "You should get rid of that thing, sis," he'd said. "It's bad luck to have a stray in the house." She'd laughed and told him not to be ridiculous, but now she wasn't so sure. Could he have put the curse on her? Was he behind all of this? She spent the rest of the night locked in her room, hugging her knees to her chest and trying to calm her breathing. As the sun began to rise, she got up and went to the window. Outside, she saw my brother-in-law's car parked in the driveway. Beside it was a small gray kitten, its fur matted and dirty, its eyes glowing yellow in the morning light. It let out a tiny meow and she screamed. She ran to the bathroom to lock herself in again, but it was too late. The cat had already gotten in. It was sitting on the toilet, staring at her with those same haunting eyes. "What do you want from me?" she whispered, her voice shaking. The cat tilted its head and let out a low growl. "You're mine now," it rasped. And with that, it pounced. "So my sister hasn't been seen since? The police believe she may have had an accident and fallen into a diabetic coma, but we're not so sure. Some say she ran away from home to escape the creepy cat, while others claim that she was taken by it. My brother-in-law refuses to talk about what happened. He spends most of his time alone in his room, which is filled with pictures of cats. He won't tell us why he was so obsessed with getting rid of the cat, but sometimes we think he might know more than he's letting on. Sometimes at night, when the wind blows through the old house just right, we can hear the faint sound of a cat's meow. And if we listen closely, we can almost make out the rasping voice whispering, "You're mine now."